Right.
Here was I, rub my red eyes, praying I can catch my flight.
Hey, you guys, welcome to Fast.Hard Finish. I'm Bo McBigtime. That is Scott Simpson, Nimble W Numbers. You know us, you love us, or you hate us, I don't care. You're watching. Let's watch it. Watch these two idiots with beards and bellies just clash into each other,
man,
for another Saturday night.
Speaking of beards and bellies clashing, we've got my guy Brad in the house. He is our number one fan of Fast Hard Finish. I love it. Thank you, Brad, for jumping in always.
Duff was itching for this to get started. Just itching.
He was dying over there, and it reminded me of the scene in Fargo when the police officer's talking to the guy, the older gentleman in the restaurant bar area, he's sweeping up, and he goes, yeah, he just a little funny guy. He just kept saying, I'm going crazy out there at the lake, just going crazy. And so that made me think of Brad just kind of going out there crazing for us, and it made me happy because, I want people to enjoy what we do. I want people to be entertained. I want people to also, be part of the family, because really the truth about Fast Hard Finish is we're here for each other. That's one of the main things. We want to build our relationship, Bo and myself.
This is our hangout time.
It's our hangout, right? You're getting to see me and Bo all week. We've carved out a time just to chill and to get, enjoying our fantasy time together. And this is our shit talking, whatever it is, whatever we need to say this week, will be said. And I love that people join us and they want to be part of it. You guys are great. We love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. Well,
so,
how are you,
Scott?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. It's pretty insane this week leading up to Thanksgiving now, so things are getting a little wild. Yeah. People are fearing the second wave, which I am too, I guess. We're in a pretty vulnerable spot, so it's it's something I want to talk football.
Right. Well, when I think of Costco, I think the second wave is when people come at if it opens at 10, they come at 10:07. That's like the second wave. You know what I mean? Like the first wave is like, and then 10.
No, but we're back to selling out of toilet paper and paper towels on a daily basis too. Really? So that's been a new development that's pretty exasperating, because the people who don't get there in time to load up on their paper products, they're not happy. And they don't understand how fast we go through 5 pallets of paper towels, even at limit 1.
Well, and if you're using paper towels for your bum, you're doing it wrong, guys. You're doing it wrong. Come on, man.
The quilted quicker picker-upper is a little rough on the hind end.
I got to tell you, one of my worst experiences during the pandemic, honestly, was when my mother-in-law bought not the Charmin, but the other off Costco brand of toilet paper. And she brought it home, and my wife was like, my mom went shopping, she got toilet paper. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this shit? God, get here. I'll wipe it with my hand, and then I'll just put it on the wall.
It's funny because you look at I see the process that they go through to develop the Kirkland Signature toilet paper. It's a sound process. It's just it's not quadruple ply Charmin. It's 2-ply. It's good for 2-ply, but it's not. Yeah, but it's not Charmin. And this house, if we're desperate, we get the we get the Kirkland if we're desperate, like right now. But the Kirkland paper towels are better than Bounty, and that's what's surprising. Is I get the Kirkland paper towels and the Charmin toilet paper.
What's interesting is that Kirkland does some things way better than ever, but then they just fall flat on others, and so it all depends on kind of where you're Kirklanding at.
They're always evolving,
of course. Yeah.
They're smart.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm doing well. This is our hangout time. What's on your fantasy mind? Any matchups that you're thinking about? Anything going on? I don't know.
The Cowboys playing the Vikings. I think will be a closer game. Closer game than people think. A little higher scoring than people think.
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be like a 28-27 game. What are you thinking in this game?
That would be just about right.
Just about right. Oh, so you're on that same track as well.
27-24, 28-24, 30-27. Yeah.
31-28, something like that.
Totally see it. Yep.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I am up against you in our head-to-head. If you don't know, me and Bo, because every week we are degenerates who like to go head every week. We do it no matter what. Anyway, we've decided that I decided that we would write a free article. Bo, by the way, I got paid $20 for the article that I wrote on Tuesday.
Sweet.
For the matchup preview thing that I wrote. I'm going to ship that to you for the article that we write tonight, just because I'm not doing this for cash, but you're doing an extra assignment, so there should be some restitution.
I got some undue credit for that article because your name was on it. He threw my name on there too, and that was not right because I did not contribute to that whatsoever.
You conciliated after the fact, and it did not impugn upon my thoughts, and that was fine. And I don't think he understands that, but we'll work on that. Of course.
It just means that you're gonna have to ask my advice before you publish it.
Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing, to be honest.
That way, if you're gonna send me the money for my extra projects, then it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's. Here's the thing, because me and Bo now. I'm not saying we're big time, but we're not yet. We're working on it though. And so, here's what I thought, and this is kind of my thought with Joe Bond, is he's in one of the leagues I'm in. He's running a successful site that's getting a lot of views. I think it would behoove us as the pair, the duo, to be able to experience lots of different formats. And here's the thing: we're not some little writers that come out that have 12 followers or just trying out, and they're the noobs. We're doing it. Like, we're writing ourselves. I've published lots of articles. You publish lots of articles, so it's not something we haven't done, but it's the first time we've teamed up, and that's what I like. This is what I think. For you and me, we're going head to head, and
tell the world how it went last week in our inaugural Thunderdome.
Well, the Thunderdome, the premise of the Thunderdome is that two men enter, one man.
You're stalling. You are stalling already. Yeah. You are filibustering the result. Burying the lead.
Well, hold on.
They don't need context. They want the brass tacks. What happened, Scott?
Well, here's what I need. I need to pull up the fantasy six-pack on Thunderdome, and I need to actually put the article out there, because that's what I'm looking for, right?
Yeah.
So hold on one second. I'm pulling it up. And I want to show it to the audience, because here's the thing: if you can't pump your own content that you created out of scratch, like, it wasn't like
why have a show if you're not telling people where to go after the show?
Right. Well, here's what I like. It wasn't. Joe Bond did reach out and ask me, if I would write for him, and that was nice. And I appreciate that a lot. A bunch. It was an honor. Super honor, right? Not gonna lie about it. And so I thought I'd bring my guy Bo McBigtime along with me, because that's how I feel about him. We're a team. Not that we have solo projects or things that don't coalesce, but I thought for me and him, we're already doing this. Let's just talk about it. So you get NFL 2020 NFL Week 11 DFS head-to-head Thunderdome. Thunder. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here's what we have. We do have this. I'm going to read the intro. Just behoove me. Here's what it says. It said, last week was rough. How rough, you ask? My team didn't even score 69 points. Bo beat my team down by over 70 points. Half my studs turned into snowflakes and melted all over my lineup. And just when I thought I'd moved past it all, I was confronted with Bo's victory lap on Twitter this week. So, Bo, why don't you share what you said on Twitter this week, and I'll play the gift.
So I I had to kind of tease it to where like people want to see screenshots of the actual lineup when something happens, especially head to head, where you can see them both side by side. You want to know what actually happened,
Right?
And I had to tease it because I was more like surprised that you pretty much called every bad performance in a cash lineup that was to be played in Week 10. Like every Week 10 guy that was highly touted for a cash game, you had him in your lineup, and every single one of them was terrible.
Terrible.
And so I was so shocked that you had put up the lowest point total I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
I just had to say, okay, I won't post the screenshot until you pay up for getting thrashed in the Thunderdome. But I will reveal that my margin of victory was 67.22.
It was the worst drubbing I've had all year. Thank God I didn't put that lineup in the $100 line. I did something different, but God, it was bad. So here was my response, and I loved your tweet where you talked about my moment out in the wilderness. Here's what I said.
Here's my Kerouac on their asses.
Totally Kerouac. Yeah, I was thinking Walden and Thoreau, but anyway, you know what I mean. Like
you went Kerouac on everybody's ass.
Totally. Just I said I had hit rock bottom and was just about to deactivate my Twitter account and move into a secluded cabin in the woods, never to show my face again. I purchased the land, erected the cabin, and I just sat down on my cabin stoop, phone in hand, my finger.
To use the verb erected.
Of course.
I stopped reading after I read erected because I couldn't even see because I was crying.
Why not? It so makes so much sense, right? You know. I said, and I had just sat down on my cabin stoop, phone in hand, finger hovering over the deactivation button, when suddenly a majestic grizzly appeared before me in all his glory. I dropped my phone and must have snapped a picture before I passed out. When I woke up, the bear was gone, and this tweet was all that was left of him. And to Bo's dismay, I emerged from the woods, winning lineup in hand, ready to head back to the DFS Thunderdome for one more round. And then here's my guy. Look at this motherfucker. God damn, that guy's fucking huge. I feel like nothing could beat that guy.
You're going to have to send Aaron Donald some money for that picture you took of him.
It's a copyright infringement like a motherfucker.
That is Aaron Donald. You can't convince me otherwise.
Well, after this, I'm going to tweet out Aaron Donald getting ready for Sunday warm-up or whatever. I'll do it tomorrow morning.
Seriously. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it that guy could fight a bear.
Dude, that guy is a bear. Let's just be honest. I love him.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's good too. Just good.
Oh yeah, he's so good.
Good at football, as the kids like to say.
Yeah. So I mean, here's my lineup. And
your lineup is my cash lineup, and so it bugged me because I kind of figured you'd go this route because you didn't think you could nail 9 snowflakes again.
No, it's hard to do. You can't overset all the time. You know what I mean?
And so I went a different direction. So I'll tease my lineup is a totally different strategy than yours. Yours is more steady to cash. Yeah.
Yeah. I went with Taysom, and here's the thing. Actually, a better play, probably Alex Smith, but whatever. It was just fun. I wanted Taysom in there.
I like Hill.
Just for the action, I wanted some action, you know. I went Dalvin because you got to have a stud in your lineup. You really do. And so you have a stud. You have 2 studs in your lineup. So let's portend to evil coming up on your side. You got to have a stud. And then I went Nyheim Hines, man. I think Nyheim Hines gets 20 points this week. He's the RB1 over there in
regression. Regression.
It's not regression. It's called touches. He got 12, and he went 5.8 yards per touch.
You're going to play a guy with 12 touches in a DFS game?
Well, no, actually he had 18 total touches, but he had 12 rushes for 70 yards, and then he had 6 targets, 5 receptions for 45, 2 touchdowns. So I think what we have is you get 18 touches total. That's a good day. I like that. He's pushing 20 touches. I think they've seen the writing on the wall. He's the Austin Eckler-esque version in this offense. And here's what I think about Rivers. He sucks.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Yeah.
That's what it sucks. And you know
You're absolutely right.
when you suck, you drop it off. And you know what?
Yeah.
Frank Reich has seen this. He has made it so that Nyheim Hines has gotten 2 touchdowns on wheel routes. Woo, woo. A wheel route, by the way, boys and girls, if you haven't played Madden football, is when your RB starts here and he goes like a wheel. So he drops, and when he drops, you want the defender to come down with him because
he feints the swing pass to the flat, and then as soon as the defender overcommits to the angle, he runs right by him down the rail.
It's one of my favorite routes in Madden. And guess
it's
what?
It's a Kamara making money route.
Oh, yeah, and Naheem Hines rhymes it and back and forth, and he times it, and he jumps, and he scores, and he lines it up. Oh, I think he's going to do it for me this week. That's what.
And it's probably the deepest pass Phillip Rivers thrown all year as a 20-yard wheel route to Hines or whoever.
All right. Well, one of my favorite things I've watched this year is Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show talking about Phillip Rivers this week and talking about his matchup. He gave him mad respect. He said he's the best in the game, which I agree. I love that. And then at one point, though, he said, I love when he was laying on his back just going,
Yeah, trying to tackle after the fumble. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know
it stepped on.
It was after his pick. He threw a pick. He threw his own pick, and then he went, I love it. Yeah. So I got to say, Bo, you're drinking Sierra Nevada. I'm drinking something called Keg Nog, 8%. It is a spiced imperial ale. And then you go over to see what an ale is. Normally an ale is not a wheat ale. I mean, they can have a wheat ale, but not normally. This is a fucking wheat ale, bro. I'm going to read this to you. It's 8.0% alcohol, 16 ounces. It's a tall boy.
It's heavy, though.
I made the speed bump because I know how to do it because I'm not a biatch. And then here's what it says.
Imperial ale, that's pretty heavy.
I've only had 3 of them. It says, we brewed up 1 Dickens of an ale. Wheat, gets, and lactose contribute to a silky mouthfeel, while nutmeg, vanilla, and cinnamon. Ooh, I love all those dancers. Cinnamon.
Holiday spices.
Oh, yeah. Images of Fezwig will dance in your head. Here is to you from Old Ox. Cheers. This is a good one. By the way, I drank a summer ale from them. I didn't know that they had made this. This is brand new. My wife brought it home the other day. I drink a summer wheatgrass lemon ale. Oh, man. Now they're coming out with this.
What kind of hippie shit is that?
It's 5.5%. It tastes like lemon, like a lemonade Hefeweizen. It's like perfect. It's like a crisp.
It's a classic play on the flavor of beer.
Oh my God! It's got a sailor on a boat and shit on it. You're like, this tastes like shit. It tastes delicious. It's from Ashburn, Virginia. A skip and a throw from where I live down here in the Maryland. So, cheers, everybody.
Yep. So you got Hines at your RB2, which means you're spending up at wide receiver more than I would.
I did. I went McLaren, F1, yeah.
Scary Terry. I love Scary Terry every week. Because he's matchup proof, just as you say.
He's
quarterback proof.
Quarterback proof.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the terrible quarterbacks he's had.
He's Allen Robinson, but with more speed.
Yeah, and he's a better route runner. That's the thing I said when Jeff was on the show. I played this exact same lineup against Jeff, except I put Alex Smith in because I wanted a little stack attack. I just wanted a little something, right? And just want to differentiate it. I want to have a little different sweat. I don't want to double stack totally. I'll play other lineups as well. But one thing I said about Terry McLaurin is that, he runs routes precisely. And so if a quarterback is throwing to a spot, if they're a spot quarterback, what any of these quarterbacks go, he's going to be on this route, he's going to be on this route, I'll throw it to the spot, he'll be there, and he'll catch the ball. Like it's so basic, but he gets to the spot. He's a great route runner, so it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, they want to get the ball there. They know they can time it up, and he'll be there, he'll make the catch. That's what you want, right. Reliability. So, yeah, he's quarterback proof, he's offense proof. He could be a top 15 wide receiver, or top 12 wide receiver next year easily.
Oh, easily. You get that team any breathing quarterback that can actually throw the ball.
Yeah.
And he's a wide receiver 1. He's got the talent.
So let me ask you this, and I haven't talked to you about this at all because we've been not, living life, doing our own thing. We got to talk and hang out. One of my favorite things, by the way, Bo, I'm not going to lie to you, is our Thursday night mandate where you're hanging out doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. Enough said. It's great. Hey. We'll just say it's a lot of telepathy. Telepathy? Honey, is it called telepathy? Anyway.
Telepathic Kathy?
Telepathic Kathy, mother. I'm just going to say that I have enjoyed those talks. Those talks have not, though, who revolve around Pittsburgh wide receivers this week. We've got 3 options, all went over 20 points last week, who are all primed to go off this week. Juju at 6,400. We've got Claypool 6,100, and then we have Deontay Johnson 5,900. How do you see this? I've heard that there's a rookie who has been moved over to play Deontay Johnson, who is the better of all their players, and so that's going to leave like literally trash on Claypool, like trash. And a lot of people are pushing Claypool. That's why I put him in here. What do you think about that? Like Greg Cosell was talking about this, and he was just like, he's got a great matchup. The guy who's going to be on him he sucks.
I even think that rookie that they say is the best is not very good either. So
right,
I'm saying you could pick any one or two or all 3 of these guys, just like last week. And we've seen now 2 weeks in a row a positive rushing matchup where James Conner is just running soft. He's terrible.
He's terrible.
Slow. He has no vision, no explosion, nothing. He's not running with anything behind his pads. And so instead of running the ball to kill the clock and win the game faster, the Steelers are just kept throwing it touchdown after touchdown until the game's over.
I'm wondering, though, if that doesn't translate to maybe eventually McFarland going off in one of these games, or Benny Snell going off.
It's possible, but I don't see them taking Connor off the field because of his veteran leadership or pass protection, really. Namely, he's a pretty good pass protecting running back. And as much as they've been chucking the ball around because Connor can't run, it just leads to all 3 of these guys are going to be relevant on a weekly basis, especially in this kind of matchup where there really isn't much resistance from the opposing secondary.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Question for you.
I like Claypool more in a tournament play, though. He has a really high upside, but he has disappeared at times this year.
No, he has. Last week, though, was not the time to disappear. He really did.
I did play him last week, and to great success. I thought I was hopefully not picking the wrong one, but it turned out there wasn't a wrong one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm reaching out to the Mike Collins to see if he wants to join us, because we always do extend the olive branch. I forgot today. I feel a little
Did you see the update on Drew Brees?
No. What is it?
He had a total of 11 fractures.
Oh, shit. That's terrible.
He had 8 on one side and 3 on the other, and a collapsed lung.
He's not playing anymore this year. Holy shit.
Well, they already put him on IR for 3 weeks, and sounds like it's going to take at least that long just to get his breath back.
Oh, my God. He can't breathe.
He can't even breathe enough to take his helmet off, actually. It's taken out. He took himself out, which, that was surprising to me, because he kept playing for a little while after that hit, and then he just took himself out of the game. And that's probably why he had that beet red face, because he simply couldn't physically do it.
Mike's joke was he kept his helmet on like days later.
Even with x-rays. And yeah. Now, Drew, you're not scanning my head. You don't need to scan my head.
Right. Yeah, keep it on. I'm never
put me in any minute.
Here's what I told Mike. I said, I actually feel like, that he was not taking his helmet off because it was the last game he was ever going to play. And he wanted to make sure he kept his helmet off.
I hope you're wrong, because I just took Drew Brees as my quarterback 3 in that Superflex midseason draft.
Is it my turn yet? Because I've been podcasting all fucking
night. I just tagged you not too long ago. It is your turn.
I'm not being a dick, just so everyone knows. I've been podcasting. Here's what I do. If you don't know what I do by now, I'm a DFS guy. That's what I do. So I run the AMA for the Space Ghost Fantasy Chat on Discord. It's a great community. Please join us. I run the Fantasy DFS every Saturday night from 8:30 to 9:30. It's an hour show. Had a little transition. My guest fell off tonight for the DFS Money Shot. Had to scramble. Got Jeff Lambert, the highest.
Oh, yeah. I just settled for Jeff Lambert, like the guy that we've all listened to for like half a decade.
I've not settled. I told him, I said, I told him how much it meant for me to get him,
that's awesome.
And then he was like, man, I don't see myself as this or above anybody. And I was just like, bro, I've been listening to you before.
I consider you above me. So.
I said before I had Twitter, I was listening to you. You said the same thing as well, and I agree. Like it's just
he's one of the OGs of the game, the Godfather, if you will. I mean, he's a voice I've heard long before I read his tweets. That's really cool to have him on your show, the DFS show of all things, too. Are you gonna beat him? You already beat John Law, and that surprised the heck out of me because I didn't think you had it in you.
No, here's his team. He's got Justin Herbert, Dalvin Cook, Duke Johnson, and then he's got Keenan Allen, Jacoby Myers, Denzel Mims, Dallas Goedert, and then in the flex he's got Balaj and then Miami defense. So he's got the same team. I have my same team, but instead of Taysom Hill, I have Alex Smith. So that's it. So I think he's going to win. I gave him a 6.
I don't know.
6 point edge or 5 point edge. I gave him a 5 point edge.
I would give you a 3 point edge.
Oh, I like that. I said I'd ask.
I don't like some of the guys that you mentioned on his team. I like most of them, but in a cash game, they're all pretty steady. But I like your lineup a little bit better because you spent up in the right places, in my opinion.
I appreciate that. Well,
he has more mid-range guys that head-to-head is a little different from a 50-50. You kind of do have to take some shots, not to be different, but just to shoot for upside because in a head-to-head, you don't know if your opponent's going to go off.
That's true. That is true. The cries are out there right now. Apparently,
they're mostly from you.
They are.
We want the macho.
I DM'd the macho. He has been DM'd. Twitter DMs, I said to him, so he should pop his little self in here. I think he's got to get himself beautiful, unlike myself where I just roll up beautiful. I'm not going to lie to you. I wake up sometimes my hair does not look great, but there's times I did shower before this episode a little bit while. I'll shower at 8 o'clock tonight so I can look beautiful for all my shows tonight. I'm not going to lie. I'm a good looking guy, but there's days I wake up and I look like fucking this. I'm just like, oh yeah. And there's other days I wake up and I just look like, it's the worst. And so it's if one day when Bo grows his hair out again, if he ever wants to,
I actually have been.
Yeah. I see a little trim, something. I've got that.
It's long hair for me.
Yeah, I've got that Denny Carter on top, and then I got the Fantasy Stoner on the bottom. I've got the triple threat. But no offense to Denny, he's got beautiful hair. Mine's just blonde. Got a little blonde streak and a little something. So I'm a little pretty, sitting pretty with these titties. So
you are something else.
I am. Let me ask you guys a question. Have you seen my viral tweet this week, or is it just me?
Yeah, I didn't think it would go viral. I wasn't that impressed with it.
I know.
Just to knock you down a peg.
I know. I wasn't that impressed with it.
Did you see Cooter Doodle's viral tweet?
No. What was Cooter Doodle's?
She had the floss and said it was the floss that said 48.1 yards of floss per roll. And she said this floss has more yardage than Jonathan Taylor has in each of his last 3 games. And it was absolute fire. It got a whole crap ton of attention too. A lot like yours. Yours was great, but I had just seen something similar to it, and so I was like, I would obviously retweeted it because it's really clever. Yes. But yeah, it was. I was honestly surprised you got so many retweets off of that. But I guess you look at it, it's funny.
So here's what I think people were paying an homage to, and I'm not going to lie. It took me 10 minutes, and it's worth the 10 minutes I did it. I told Jason Sarney today on the phone, the thing about the regular season I don't like that's different than the summer is in the regular season, I have a job. I work 40-plus hours. I'm teaching all day. I'm an educator. I'm not Scott. I'm somebody else. And so I don't get time like this to do this kind of shit. I'm not funny. I don't get to be funny. I'm funny online for my kids, but I'm not funny for you guys. I'm not funny. I'm just not. I don't get to be myself.
Funny like a heart attack, huh?
It's not. And so, no, I'm not with my kids. I'm funny. Oh, my kids, I make them laugh all the time. I'm so silly. But I don't have time to dedicate, making funny videos and doing things like the video I made for the Big Dogs Gotta Eat crew, where I did I don't have time for that kind of stuff. So my art is stifled. And so I took 10 minutes and I made this GIF or this whatever meme or whatever it was. And I was proud of it. I was like, it should get, I said to myself in my mind, I said, it should get 250 likes. I said, that's where I think it's at. That's the quality of what I thought it was worth. Eventually petered out at the end, 250. Yeah. I would go, yeah, that's good. And now it's ridiculous because it's at 2.2K. So it's 2,000, almost more than I thought, which is ridiculous. And then this is what you're going to think is nuts in the butts. 69. Oh, I'm going to screen grab that bitch because I like 69s. 69. Nice. Yeah. So 69 motherfuckers have touched that picture. So I know that
69,000.
69,000 motherfuckers have touched my picture. So I like that. Oh, and the tweet activity is up almost at 300,000. So I don't go viral that often. I do deserve to go viral more often. But when I do go, I'm grateful I did go. And I thank you for the love that everyone gave me because it's not me. This is the thing people don't understand about doing anything that involves other people giving you shine or other people watching you or other people affirming you. You don't do that. They do it. It's on them. And that is an honor and respect to them. It's not about me going, well, they're great because they affirm me. No. The reason I got any shine is because of them. And so I can't go, oh, my tweet went viral. It's me. No. It's you guys. So that's what it's about. But I think it's just a fun thing to show because, every time somebody goes viral, you wonder, like, what happened? Nothing. 10 minutes of me just putting some images around.
I've only gone viral one time ever. It wasn't ever that big. It was when it was like week 3, and I've tweeted out on a Wednesday morning in alternate caps. Oh darn! Got outbid on Dearness Johnson.
That was it.
That was it. Alternate caps. Oh darn! Got outbid on Ernest Johnson. ...
How big did it get?
It was probably couple hundred likes. So that's like what you were shooting for as a solid tweet. That for me, that's viral.
I like it. I've never scoffed at anything over 3 or 4. If you get over 3 or 4, I'm not scoffing at it.
I've never hit that, so I don't know.
3 or 4, just 3 or 4 likes.
300 or 400.
No. I mean like 3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
Like on a daily tweet, if you do like 3 or 4. Then,
yeah,
some
of my good ones will get 25, 30, and that's when you're like, oh yeah, somebody felt the same way I did.
Yeah. Well, I have to show you something that's all the tweets that are there. I thought this one would have more tweets. Maybe I'll go to tweets and replies. This should have more tweets if we can go back further. Okay, good. I'm seeing more tweets. I want to show you something that is nuts in the butts. Check this bitch out.
So, yeah, the Ernest Johnson one went 98 likes, which for me is really high.
That's a lot of likes. The one I have on my screen.
Oh yeah, the beer cup snake at the XFL game, right?
This is crazy because check this out. This is it. It goes. Oh, that's way too big. Good Lord, calm down.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was like right when COVID was really hitting too. So they're passing it all around.
Oh, no. It was February 15th, so it was before COVID. So it was like.
Oh, the COVID was there already.
Well, maybe. Yeah. It says, wife, how many beers you have at the XFL Defenders game today? And honestly, honey, I think I only had one. Really? Yeah. Are you sure? Why are you looking at me like that? That's you holding the beer snake. And so you go back to this and then look how many beers.
Tonight, after Gonzaga and Pepperdine, highlights and reactions to the NBA dunk contest.
We're talking hundreds of beer cups there.
Tiger tries to get back into contention on Riviera. Sports Center.
So many beer cups. And then here's what's nuts about it. If you go to it, almost 2 million impressions.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. When you almost get to like my phone was literally melted. 100,000 people clicked on the media on my phone on that one. So that was 100,003 clicked on it. Like you could watch it without clicking on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So but lots of people watched it. Media views, 500,000 viewed it. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Well, here's what's nuts. At one point, this is what's totally crazy. This was at 17,000. I took a picture of it. So 500 bots were liked or things that were, that's crazy.
Got deactivated later,
whatever it was, which is interesting. So think about that, 100-something thousand for that. Well, if you go to my tweet now, the one I talked about, it had I don't know if Mike's not on, by the way, because I did try to get him on.
Come on, macho.
Dude, might not make it. Lost our iPad.
Oh, that's not ideal.
Okay. You still have a MacBook Pro.
You have the technology.
Ceases to that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna turn this off real quick because I'm sharing screen. But anyway, so the one that got all those likes, or all the 17,000 likes, basically, it had 40,000 more engagements, or maybe 30,000, 3,500, 35,000 more touches, media clicks than this last one did. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's crazy in the wazy. If Alice Baker would have tweeted out, it probably would have gotten like 10,000 likes.
Oh, easily.
Right. Super.
Yeah, I think I hit that many and all of my posts combined for the last 28 days.
I'm blessed.
But, yeah, and you're also way more creative.
Oh, get out of here. Where's your wig at?
Oh, it's got put away. It's November now.
You're a creative guy, man.
Yeah, in certain ways, I guess.
Your writing is outstanding.
Yeah, that's my outlet for creativity. I'm pretty vanilla in real life. Pretty square.
I don't think that's true. I think you're full of shit.
I'm also that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's between you and me. I am not attracted to any person who is vanilla. You have to offer something that is wanton of me to engage with relationally on several fronts. It's not like I'm a prude and you have to like qualify for my friendship, but it behooves all of us. If you're able to communicate effectively, you're a smart person, you can listen, you can follow basic conversation. Some people you'll find are not able to do those things. Bo is able to do all of those things while also masturbating furiously under the table. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you
it's just my feet. So you don't even see because I can show you my hands. I'm still getting busy.
Right, exactly. And I can do that too. Well, not anymore, Bo, because let me tell you something. I think I didn't rupture my Achilles, but I definitely hurt it. I went out to play with London. We both are starting a new program called Exercise Every Day. And it's just for us. London needs to exercise. I need to exercise. So we're going out there running around. And the first run around I did, I pushed off really hard at one point.
You pulled a Klay Thompson.
And I'm hurting here. I'm going to show my foot here. I'm hurting inside here on this side. And then it's running up here to a little bit on my knee. I don't know if the knee was compensating as I was walking.
That is a high ankle sprain, my friend.
Well, it mostly hurts down on the foot area.
But it runs up the shin bone, right?
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah. High ankle sprain.
Well, I didn't roll it. I pushed off of it and
right, exactly.
And my ligament.
So low ankle sprain is where you roll your ankle and it swells up like crazy. High ankle sprain is where you actually tear the cartilage up your shin bone. That's why they call it high ankle, because it starts in the ankle and it runs up. And so the more severe the high ankle sprain is, how high it goes up.
Oh, my neck and my back.
So now you just need a sprained shoulder, and you're basically Christian McCaffrey.
Really?
Yeah.
This is fucking terrible news. Like,
yeah,
on many fronts, I sprained.
How are you going to make explosive plays for me out of the backfield with a high ankle sprain?
I feel like I'm going to faint now.
You're about 4 to 6 weeks, my friend.
I limped up and down the stairs. Hold on. Where's my wrap? Hold on. I've got something. Hold on. All right. We're going to do it. We're going to wrap it up. I've got my wrap. I'm going back.
Now, what's that actually going to do for you?
Stability. So I don't further injure the foot as I move about masturbating. Right?
Rostermating to hopefully not another 70-point loss.
Man, I'm not going to lie to you. I was so close to putting that down payment on the fucking cabin. It was the worst part about last week.
Once you erected it.
I was erect. That's for sure. Well, here's what happened. I'm not going to lie to you. As a friend, I looked at my lineups. I was just watching football, having fun with my family. No judgments, no upsetness. I lost in my home league, so I was a little disappointed. I wasn't doing great, but not the end of the world. I checked my fantasy or my DK account, and I'm winning $0. I'm like, oh fuck,
this is not good.
That's terrible. Holy shit! That's not a good thing. I said, you know what? It's okay.
You had a lot of late game players, though.
I said it's okay. Yeah, I had Kyler Murray, and he came through. I was like, you know what? Let's not worry about this. This is not worth getting upset about. Let's live the rest of your life and be happy and have a good time. And then next thing you know, I come back and I'm winning, and I won $250 or whatever, $220. So you know what? I'm not going to ride the up and down and be upset.
But your Thunderdome lineup did not keep climbing.
No, and we didn't actually get to your lineup, which we should.
Yeah.
So let's go back to that
because I went a totally different direction. You went pretty stable, and I went game stack and pretty stable too. But
yeah, so I went CeeDee Lamb. And then I wrote to Mark Andrews, AP, and the Dolphins. Okay. And then Bo McBigtime went with Kirk, the jerk Cousins, wants you to get COVID. That's how you feel, huh, Kirk?
If he dies, he dies.
He dies, he dies. You die, he dies. He doesn't care, right? I like it, actually. And then talk about your stack here, because you stacked Kirk with 2 of his wide receivers. I'll jump down here. Is that the picture you wanted? That's the only one I could find.
That's the one.
Great. I thought I did my job then. Yeah, I love that. You've got Jefferson and Thielen. Talk about that.
They did the same kind of big – I mean, they were both huge last week against the Bears defense, which is 3 or 4 tiers better than the Cowboys defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just don't see any way the Cowboys can slow either of them down. Thielen is more of your red zone threat. Jefferson's your deep guy. But he's been getting a lot of volume too. And so it's a pretty narrow route tree, and they have 2 stud receivers that are priced down pretty far for their value this week. And so I had to game stack, and I hate to do it against my beloved Cowboys, but their defense is a pass funnel, and that's kind of why I pivoted away from Dalvin Cook in this build, because the Cowboys, since they got Leighton Vander Esch back and since they promoted Antoine Woods to starting once they cut Dontari Poe, they've been pretty good against the run. And I'm not saying that they can stop Dalvin Cook, because I'll be playing Cook in plenty of places. But for this, I wanted to get my hands on those 2 wide receivers with their quarterback just getting chunk after chunk after chunk. And it gave me a lot of leeway because when I spend $6,000 and $6,300 for my top 2 wide receivers, I can get 2 stud running backs.
Yeah, and 3 stud running backs. Talk about that, because you've got Henry, Zeke, and Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I did that. Made that myself. So, Derrick Henry against the Ravens. The Ravens the last 3 weeks have been gashed by power running backs. We just saw that happen last week with Cam and Damian Harris running for 120 yards on the Ravens, where every time he touched the ball, 7, 8 yards, 15 yards. And we're talking about Derrick Henry. We're talking about the power running back in the league, the premier power running back. And the Ravens they're fast. So if you run east and west on them, they're going to run you down.
Right.
Patrick Queen's a really good middle linebacker. Is he big and strong? No, he's not.
Right.
And so they get hit in the face with the strong power running game, and they're getting hit. So I think Derrick Henry's a really good, solid. He's always a floor play in cash. He's priced down a tiny bit this week, and so give me the big hoss King Henry as the weather gets colder.
I like it, and I think Calais Campbell is out.
Yeah,
that's not good for me. But I poured some Lafroig, and that's why it sounded like
peaty goodness, nice and peaty.
It's a little smoky and a little peaty, but it's okay. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big peat guy, actually. I'm a more Caribbean cask Balvenie guy. Also, hedonism is the best fucking Compass Box makes an incredible fucking blend. I don't care. It's expensive. I got it. It was the best.
It's good.
Best I've ever had in my life. Compass Box, you want to sponsor this? You'd be second to hotboxbatch.com. Check that shit out. I'm not going to lie to you. You can get 1, you can get 2, you can get 4, you can get 9. You know,
I'm surprised you have that many bottles left with how much you eat, Scott.
Well, yeah, I'm a fat bastard. As a matter of fact, the reason I went out to exercise on the field is because I've gotten bigger. Sadly, the first time I exercised, I got hurt with a high ankle sprain. That's not great news for the exercise record, which means I'm going to have to start fucking dieting. It's going to be the last beer I drink in a while, folks, until Christmas.
It's a heavy enough one to carry you over, too.
And you son of a bitch. Listen.
Almost as heavy as my RB2, Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, he's a fat boy. He looks like
he's still damn good.
He is. He's sucked up the last 3 weeks, but he's going to bounce back for sure.
He looked sharp last game though. Yeah. Week 9 against the Steelers, he looked really good. He didn't get enough carries because they were in that weird game script, but he was getting good yardage on a really tough defense, and he's just not scoring touchdowns like we're used to seeing.
Do you know
his his receiving floor is still there? He's still getting enough carries most of the time. Just no touchdowns lately, so I'm looking for that to happen for me.
Do you know where he's ranked in the top 10 in running backs? Because he's in the top 10. You know where he's at?
10 now, isn't he? 4, 3, 4, 6.
On DK. Okay. Yeah.
Well, he started off really hot, so it's he got off to a really good start, and lately has been once Dak went down, that was just the worst for everybody on that offense.
Yeah, no, totally. But he's still right here.
But 6,500 for Zeke, I don't think we'll ever see that again.
I mean, he's averaging about 17 points per game. And so, but the last 3 have been terrible. 6.1, 8.3, 8.9. He's definitely got to progress or regress, whatever. He's got 27.7, 23, 17, 21, 23. Like, yeah.
Do you really think the Vikings can slow him down?
Talk to Aaron Jones.
As a cash game player, I'm looking at who's going to get the most carries, especially for that price, 6,500. He's cheaper than all the other RB1s.
I think it's a really good play. And we talked about your stack here. You have a run back with Michael Gallup, which I think is trash, but that's just me.
That's my little $3,700 lottery ticket that I'm playing this week. And I don't have him in any other cash lineups, but I felt like he was special enough to throw in there for you. So we got this whole Dallas Vikings game surrounded, where we don't actually match up on anybody, but we got the whole game.
It's going to make or break us.
Yeah.
Here's the question, and let me ask you this, and be honest with me, because I didn't project this. I predicted this when I talked to Jeff, because I went over my lineup a little bit. Actually, not Jeff. I went over this when I talked about my lineup in the Discord against your lineup a little bit. I talked about that. I feel that your lineup is more suited to GPP.
It is.
And I wondered, though, if that slant was because, not that I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it's more because not that you wanted to make a splash or anything like that, but these contests that we normally go at, they are risk dependent. They're not risk averse. We're splashing and cashing normally, and right. So I felt that. I felt the urgency of your team. Am I wrong, or tell me what you think about that?
So it's a little urgency, but more like I saw an opportunity to take a little bit more risk because I expect your team to score around the same number of points that I scored last week. I scored 135 last week, which in a cash game, it's going to win over half the time. 135 is going to win you most of the time. But if I figure that that's our median score, like I wasn't super thrilled about my lineup last week, but it obviously was an easy winner because yours just didn't show up. This week I'm expecting you to be around that total, and I did kind of want to splash, but I also saw the diversity of the slate to where my most stable plays are actually some of these stacks where I can kind of predict more soundly where the volume is going to go.
I love it, actually. I think your team is going to be favored. The only pivot I would do in this is away from Michael Gallup myself. And so right. I'm going to play your team tomorrow in another GPP build that you're not in, because I'm not going to dishonor you by putting your team in that build, but in that game. But I do love it. And when I won 5K in week 2, it was on the back of Kirk Cousins stacked with my guy, Justin Jefferson, and your guy too. And so I really like the play. And what I think stands out to me in this is that you were able to put in, I mean, goddamn, every single one of these players is a beat. So Kirk Cousins notwithstanding, you got Henry, you got Elliott, and then you have Thielen, Jefferson. Gallup is a beast, but I would pivot myself. But right. I like Logan Thomas, and I love Miles Sanders. And I like the Washington football team defense a lot here too. I think this is a really strong lineup. I think you're going to beat me. I really do. I'm not pussyfooting around it. But I think it's going to be a much closer.
But I am definitely taking more risk here than you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I got a surprise.
Hey. So yeah, Miles Sanders is my play of the week. He's going to be in just about every lineup. So it's
I like that.
The smash spot, and I had to put him in. I did have somebody else in that spot that you were going to really hate. So this is what happened is I built a GPP for this head-to-head. Mm-hmm. I built that style lineup with all the same guys, except instead of having Gallup, I had a $3,000 receiver, and I had Kamara in that flex spot.
See, I like that actually a little bit better myself as we talk.
Right.
But
I was listening to you guys. I've done at least maybe
imagine
2 with Gallup so far in little 50-cent ones, because
right, you never know when he could blow up.
Yeah, so. It does seem like you're the Cowboys fan here. I mean, we've seen a pretty small sample size with Andy Dalton, but he seemed like he likes Gallup the best. Like
he only threw to Gallup.
Yeah.
Wait,
all of his targets were to Gallup.
Didn't CeeDee Lamb have 11 targets in?
CeeDee Lamb,
his ADOT was like 4 yards though.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb did okay, but
Gallup
Man,
had 6 or 7 targets in that game, and they're all 30, 40 yards downfield.
They're ridiculous. Here's what I just think about the Red Rifle. I think he's more proficient in the underneath target. So what you're looking at in this play, so Mike, I went CD Lamb. He has Zeke and Gallup, which are 2 different plays. And then I have Dalvin Cook. He has Jefferson. So we have every other player basically on the team except for Amari Cooper is in play here for us on the skill side in the positions, which is cool. I love all his plays. Like I literally think his team is better than mine. I'm going to play this. I would just pivot away from Gallup if I'm going to do this in a GPP because I might change my tight end and buy down even lower at tight end or switch it up a little bit.
That's what I did. Is I had a $3,000 receiver. I had Harrison Bryant at 2,500 at tight end.
Anybody throwing Harrison Bryant in? Yeah, because I did it a bunch.
Yeah, and then I ended up having enough to spend up for Kamara, so I had Derrick Henry, Zeke Elliott, and Alvin Kamara.
I love that. Yeah, that's something I would do. It's more GPP though. I mean, honestly,
I still could have taken out Zeke and put in Miles Sanders for Sanders, Kamara, and Henry.
Dude, in GPP, if you do Taysom Hill, you can do Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, and then if you do a cheap tight end, you can get some pretty good wide receivers too. Like if you do Harrison Bryant,
you motherfucker! Look how excited you're about tomorrow.
No, but what I'm afraid
finished doing my lineups actually. Yeah. But
what I'm afraid of happening is Terry McLaurin scoring a bazillion points tomorrow. If he does what I think he's going to do, Scott's going to beat me.
Well, that's the only thing that could really shake it. Bo's lineup is solid, man. Stem to stern. I really like his lineup a lot. I
love how he didn't match a single player this week.
Man, it meant a lot to me when I saw your lineup, Bo. I'm not going to lie to you. Not that I just said good, because this is an open week. We can do whatever we want. I'm so glad there's not
so open. That's what I love.
Open. Yeah, it was really refreshing.
Last week, your sharps lost because they were all playing the wrong guys. Like you had a lot of sharp plays in your lineup, and they all bombed. Like everybody's on Mike Davis. Eat the chalk with Mike Davis. I was like, fuck Mike Davis. He sucks. And of course, I win. The sharps lose. And the pay lines were lower than they've been in 2.5 years. That's not going to be the same this week, but it's just as open as it was, where the pay lines are going to be definitely higher this week. Yeah. But you have so much diversity and value, and the way it's structured is so flat across the board is you're going to have some sharps that are winning and some that are losing, and you have a lot of regular Joes winning by having just huge point totals. I love to see it. I love to see a fair playing field where there's no hidden value. It's all right there in front of you. You just got to pick the right guys.
Anybody put their toe in the water on that monkey wrench site?
Knife fight?
Monkey fight, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. You're doing like prep.
Oh, really? Have you done it? Have you? Oh, so what's the deal? What's the? So how do they keep out the sharps?
Well, no, the sharps just. I mean, you're not competing against anybody. You're competing against You're doing basically parlays of player props. So you can risk as much as you want. You can do 3, 4, 5, up to 12 leg parlays on player props. And so you're obviously risking a little bit to win a lot. And if you hit a bunch of props in a row, you win big money.
So it's not GPP stuff.
No, you're competing with your own predictions.
There's a draft site though. I think the Salvetri pumps that is a lot of people are winning money on because there's not a lot of people on it, and those sharps are on it, and it's I have to go look and see what it's called because he always pumps it. I don't play on it. It's draft something, but I have to go. I'll go check it out and do a little research.
Yeah. Now, Monkey Knife Fight's fun because you're just basically like if you feel strongly about a certain player prop, you can stack a bunch of them up, and if you hit all of them, you win. Mm-hmm. And you can also do they have what's called a touchdown hunter, where you can pick a couple players to be over or under a certain number of touchdowns, and if you hit the over, you win.
So, how long have you been doing it for? How many weeks?
Oh, just a few weeks.
Yeah, because it just started. I just started. Remember, it was like I don't know,
they
quarter of
were
the way
going
through
last
the
year
season.
too.
Really, I
Yeah.
just remember hearing now. It was like,
Yeah, I was playing a little bit last year too.
Stay away from the pros. You can get money.
Yeah, it's more just a different style of game.
It's super draft. So on super draft, what you do is, I've never played on super draft, but you have multipliers for players, and you can kind of pick different players, and you can pick all the prices don't really matter as much because you can pick multipliers that give you more value, and people over there are crushing it because there's no pros at all.
Right.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's just one thing Sal actually told me. I'm gonna run to the little gentleman's room because I've been literally here since I don't know 8:30. I mean, I've been off to the bathroom once, but I've been long shoring at this. I've been crab. When you're on the crab on Deadliest Catch and you're always crabbing. They're like they've been out there for 27 hours crabbing. I've been on the pod. It's been pod.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Scott.
You don't watch that shit? Goddamn
Get
it!
up and go pee, bro. Hurry up.
No.
So yeah, that's but everybody's been giving me crap for going so hard at Curtis Samuel this week. I just have a feeling. So
man, the way I've been building my lineups lately, I lock in on certain players, and it's just like it just all goes to shit if I don't hit. And right now,
that's gambling, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I built. I what I usually like to do is I when I do GPP, I'll do a couple like dart throws at the Millie Makers ones, but generally I do the 50-cent one and just put in like 30, 40 lineups, whatever,
right,
and just try and vary my players. And right now, I'm locking in on Curtis Samuel 2 in a bunch of lineups.
I like that.
I'm locking in on Mike Williams.
Okay.
I'm locking in on I'm doing almost all my lineups. I'm doing one of the Pittsburgh receivers.
Oh yeah,
like
that's a no-brainer.
I build one of them in.
You can't really pick a wrong one, so
right. So I like Claypool for the price, because he's the safest floor, and he's 6,100.
I would argue that Deontay's the safest floor.
You think so? Yeah.
Claypool is kind of upset though.
I mean, when he's doing his thing, he is the one getting the lion's share of the target. So I get the point.
And he gets carries too. That's another thing. Claypool does get like 3 or 4 carries a game.
Yeah. I think just as far as we're looking at 2020, Claypool's the safest. You know what I mean? Because of Deontay Johnson's whole year this year, but any one of those guys, you could see any one of them having a big day. So I'm doing my lineups like I'll do, and then I've just been going heavy chalk with running backs. I'm just varying it like Dalvin, Derek, and Kamara. Some or both. So I have lineups where I have all 3. I think I like Derrick Henry too tomorrow. I think he has a big game. So yeah. They're saying Calais Campbell is he's out.
He was out last week too.
Yeah, so
they're also missing Williams in the middle too.
Yeah,
Calais Campbell's backup is also hurt. That's why they're getting hit really with power runners. Like Damian Harris just ran all over them last week, and so the Ravens started off the year when they were healthy as a good overall defense, but they're getting gashed with the run game lately.
Yeah. I just think that tomorrow that game's going to be a run fest game, and
that's low scoring, bloodbath, trench war.
But the thing with Derrick Henry, man, at any point, dude, he can just break one, and
if he gets going in cold weather, nobody's going to want to get in front of him.
Yeah, get that fourth quarter, he's just going to start. They're just going to get so tired, and he's just start going to ripping them off, So
that's when you start seeing business decisions.
Yeah, right. Yep.
It's like you see with Zeke when he's in a groove. It's like big, strong, fast back that comes downhill at you. He's been hitting you for 45 minutes already.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to get in front of these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you guys talking about Zeke. So you're going hard against him versus the Vikings, huh?
Just in a cash play. I mean, I love his price and I love how much work he's going to get. It's just for me, it's just a value play. And I don't think I'd ever say that Zeke was a value play, but here we are.
He's going heavy bone with it, Mike.
Going heavy bone with it. Dude, sorry I couldn't jump on. Simpson texted me a while ago and was like, "Hey, you want to hop on?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll hop on." I got all excited, and then we couldn't find my iPad because we give our son the iPad in the morning so we can lay in bed and sleep, and couldn't find it. So I go and I type in find my iPad, right? Like I use my phone to find my iPad, and it says it's in this house in Ricketts Road, which is like, like a court over. So I'm like, oh no, because they went to the park today. And so I started getting all paranoid. Like because we searched the whole house for it and we were like, really getting distraught. Like, well, what happened to the iPad? Like, did you look under the bed, babe? Yeah, I looked under the bed. I was like, Johnny, you look under the bed. No, go in the guest room. We searched the whole freaking house, right? So then I see it's on Ricketts Road. So I get in the car. I got my shoes on. I'm ready to get buck. Like if you got my iPad, like you're gonna have to. We're gonna see who gets the iPad at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like if I start hearing it in your house, like I'm gonna go in your house. Like I'm gonna get my iPad back. And so I'm riding around, and then I'm like, this is so stupid. Because then I see my iPod, AirPods on another road. And I'm like, okay, this is stupid. Like, it just didn't locate it, right? The freaking thing's got to be in my house. So I go back into my house, and we keep looking all around. And I'm like, you looked under the bed, babe? I looked under the bed. I go look under the bed. I was like,
it's right fucking there.
It's right there. It's right there. Just said, it's very frustrating.
I was about to go beat somebody up on Ricketts Road for this.
Yeah, I was all revved up, and I was just like, "This is very frustrating." Very frustrating.
I can't relate because usually when things go missing and I look for it, it's in the place that I had already looked.
Yeah. But I asked her. I said, "Did you look under the bed?" Yeah. I said, "Do I need to get down and look under the bed?" No. And I said, okay.
Of course not. Why would you need to do that? I already looked
at it. I went back up there. I found it. I was just like, I didn't do it on purpose. I was like, just very frustrating. I'm going to go do my podcast now.
So you bought yourself some equity with the time here.
Yeah. Main thing is, I'm glad it wasn't on Ricketts Road and my son can watch whatever he watches in the morning. I hope it's not Opie and Anthony or whatever I've put on
Peppa
that iPod.
Pig.
Yeah. He's only 3.
No Peppa Pig. That's all you don't. You don't want Peppa Pig.
He loves Peppa Pig. That's his main jam. Yeah.
Well. Listen to this. Apparently, a DJ got in trouble at a pub in England because when the police came in, he played the beginning of Peppa Pig on his DJ tables.
And doesn't Peppa Pig have like a really horrible like Cockney accent?
Yeah, and they're always snorting too. They're like
I swear.
I'm a police officer.
Yeah, did you put my faucet?
You got in big trouble because in America that's funny. In the UK, it's not.
Beat you up.
Very inappropriate, mate. Don't you bloody do that. That's disrespectful.
We're going to disable your television license.
We're going to let you not pay the £8.50 and you got nothing to do and you got no BBC this year. How about that? Only ITV. How about that on ITV?
British police officers, they get like more offended by that or something like that.
Yeah, apparently. Well, here's the thing. I lived in Europe. Everybody is just more classier and more respectful, and they don't treat people like shit like in America. So when people like do that, they're more offended because they don't do that.
Yeah,
like
they don't encounter it that much.
No,
so
that's hilarious.
I know. We're just
numb to it now. We're just numb to it.
Simpson knows my brother-in-law is a cop, and his best friend, he calls him a pig like all the time when they hang out. He's like, "Shut up, pig!" Like whenever they're hanging out.
right before a chin check or a sack tap.
He's a pretty big dude too, so he's not scared of them. So
hey, who does that? Is that Brandon?
Leah's brother, James.
I was going the other way.
Yeah. Whenever they hang out, just the entire time, he just calls him a pig. That's all he does. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that because I don't have that type of relationship with Brandon. And also, Brandon's not a pig. Like, that's like the opposite of what Brandon is completely. So I would never even like think that joke would be funny. And so that
they're
James
just like brothers, you know what I mean?
I know. But the fact that James does that is so like, let me get under your skin.
Well, James's whole family is cops too. Like his brother's a cop, his dad was a cop. So it's just like it's just funny, you know.
Yeah, it's just like calling the biggest guy in the group tiny, or like in my neck of the woods, the funny part is the guy with 9-10 kids like Philip Rivers, they call him a homophobic slur of some kind, just because there's like the guy just keeps having kids in a heterosexual relationship. But he's the F word.
Well, he has sex like once a fucking year, and he's like, God, thank God, and I can go back to dudes. I mean,
I don't, not in this case.
He's got nine beards.
9 beards.
It's just for that guy. It's just, dude, just give her a break.
9 kids. I don't know,
man.
Leave
her alone.
You have one, right, Bo?
Yeah.
Simpson has 2. I have 2. I can't imagine really. Like, we haven't made the final decision. We may go for one more. Not sure yet. Starting to really lean towards no. I don't know how people do it. I really don't. Like, I don't know how they have like 4 or 5 kids. Like, it just.
Speaking of business decisions,
it's insanity.
Yeah. So my daughter is almost 8 now, and it's like so we're both gamblers. Like, it's like that's just kind of what we do together when we're out. Is we go to the casino or something together, and but my wife and I would just look at each other and like, you want to do this again? You mean to tell me that when she graduates high school, we'll be in our mid-40s?
Yeah.
And plus,
you're young parents, man, for real. Like,
we have such a good kid. Like, she's smart. She's nerdy. She's not like, she doesn't have any drama really. Like, she doesn't get too worked up. It's like, when you're at the blackjack table, do you hit on 20?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
It's like, I'm always down for my part of the bargain, but come on, man. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not the gatekeeper either.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
Well, I mean, for me, I think I always wanted to have one more. I wanted to have 3 kids, maybe 1 son, right? But watching Rose go through the pregnancy with Adelaide, it's so bad.
That's it. That's it for me too. That's my main thing.
Yeah, many times my wife just looked at me and said, "I'm done." I was like, "Well, we believe in bringing a baby to full term." She's like, "I'm done." And I was like,
"Yeah, that's really like, yes, okay, of course."
But here's the thing: I'm not gonna lie out there. You know, I got a vasectomy after the second baby had come and after I was born, and another friend who had a vasectomy said, "Man, it's terrible. It's like a puff of fucking air." And I was like, "God damn, that's terrible." No, it's not. It's the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Are you still playing with live rounds there, Bosef?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, you're live. You're still in the game.
You're dangerous.
You can make one if you want, if you so choose. You're still, the batter's still working, right? You're not.
Yeah,
you haven't.
It's a little nerve wracking though.
I know. Yeah.
I know. I'd almost rather be on the other side where it's like, hey, no risk.
Yeah, I'm in the same game. Yeah, it is, man. Like it's always like you got to get in tune with your ovulation cycles. Yeah,
One false move. You put the wrong
find
song
out
on the speaker, and
Yeah,
the whole game is up.
Listen, I think it's a really easy decision to do something like this. I would advocate for every man to do it. There's a responsibility that you have. I think that when you look at the big picture of the reproductive system in America, men have mismanaged the use of their dicks across generations. I mean, not just American history, right? And so for me, after I made two people, and let me tell you, unfortunately, I'm 2 for 2. I mean, I've had sex with my wife a bunch of times, but we tried 2 times and we had 2 kids. So I'm sure that if we tried other times, we would have fucking 1 million fucking kids. And I don't want any more kids. And so when she came down, she said, I'm done. I can support my wife completely in that because her body went through a bunch of different things. I can go through it too. So gentlemen, as a man who's gone through it, I can advocate for it because you know what? Now I never fucking have to worry. I can do anything I want, anytime I want. There's no condoms. There's no waiting. There's just like, is that? Oh yeah. So, yeah.
I'm never going to get one. So good for you.
Why? What's wrong?
I never want to get one.
Why?
I always want to be able to spread my seed throughout the earth, even till I'm 90.
His primal urge is insatiable.
I always want to know that I can just shoot my seed into this universe, and that's part of what keeps me, alive. Living.
So he's down at the clinic. His donor 4169.
And I still don't. Yeah, right. Exactly. I still don't want it. I don't understand the whole process either. We've talked about it a million times. What exactly is happening with the vasectomy? They just turn sideways and like run.
No, basically there's a valve that takes your sperm and puts it down the chute. It's called the vas deferens. It's basically a tube, and all they do is pinch that off and tie it off, so you're not actually ejaculating sperm.
I just would like. I have to learn so much more about it. Like, so you're not.
They're not 100% effective, and they're totally reversible. So you could go through it and reverse it because all they're doing is tying a knot in that tube.
That sounds weird too. I don't want knots tied up in my balls and stuff.
I'll say the worst part about it, because I've had it, is not any of the after effects, the pain later, nothing. There's a lot of pain. You're fine. It is that it doesn't actually work for like 50 loads or something. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like you think
they tell you to get to work afterwards.
dude, my wife, I was like, listen, we gotta blow job this bad boy out. I've got like 50 loads to get through. Like, let's get going.
That sounds like more of a chore than laundry.
we did a bunch of stuff. A bunch of things were happening for those times. And then here's what was crazy is that it was 8 months later. Thought we were good. Had some great, just regular sex. Then I went back and got it tested, or the test came back. It was like, nah, still shooting live rounds. Me and Rose were like, oh no. And then the next test, like I went to the thing. I mean, listen, I was ejaculating like regularly. I was like, are these things really closed? Did it really work? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is some bullshit. If it happens once or twice, you get it. Like, okay, clean the systems out. 40 loads later, you're like, my guys are still penetrating the defense? Like, how is this real? Finally, after the 4th time, I was a pro. The first time I went there, they're like, sir, take your cup, go jerk off in that room.
I already did it 3 times. Here's 4 samples.
They're like, here, go do this. So I was like, what? So,
I brought a cup from home. I'm ready.
Right. No, so then I realized you didn't have to do that. You could go pick it up in the morning, bring it back anytime during the day. So what I would do is on the way to school, I'd pick it up, and then I would take a half day. And then I would like do my lesson plan.
Light some candles. You just light candles. Turn on some Stevie Wonder.
And people would be like, "Oh, no, this is Scott's half day." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got an appointment later today. I got to go to the doctors." They're like, "Oh yeah, okay, Scott." I'd always do it for like a tough day that was hard, team meeting. Or something. Like, oh yeah, Scott's got to go. It's got to go. I'm like, I got to go, guys. Sorry, thank you to see you. Make sure everyone knows I got to go. Scott's got an appointment. Everyone knows I got an appointment. Signing out. I've got an appointment. And then I would go home, and then no one would be home. And I would just be like, I got an appointment with a cup.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that is definitely the way to do it. Before you figure that out,
one time
you had to go into the room next to. They just sat outside of the room while you were just in there. That's just so awkward, bro.
Meanwhile, he's sitting there wondering if he should switch hands this time.
Oh my
gosh, do they have weird little 80s porno mags and stuff in there?
No, so I went to a place that is you just go and it's just like blood, fluid, semen, whatever. They take your blood or they get a sample, whatever. They're not. There's no porn. There's no nothing. So that was where they gave it to me, and then they were like, "You can just go and in here." And I was like, "Like what's?" And so I did my business, And then when I left, somebody said something like, so I did it. I left. And then no one was there. I did it like right before I went to school or something.
What a nightmare, though. You just had to creep into this little room, waiting for you to beat it. That's so horrible.
Yeah, it was not great. So then after I failed that test, I went in again and they got the cup and they were like, and the lady was like, you can take this. I heard them talking to somebody else and some person took their sample and left. I was like, you can take this and go back, or you can take it and leave and then bring it back any time today or any other time. So I was like, oh, cool. And so I'd come in the afternoon. So I went home.
Yeah.
It was like 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away from my house, Germantown. Just drove back. I was like, whatever, And so then I failed that test too. So then I knew. So then that was the third time I set up like my mandate, where I was just like, no. I failed that one too. And then the fourth time I passed. So I got my surgery in like July. I think I passed in like January. Some bullshit, man. My sperm was just like never gonna die. And that's the thing. I know my dad had 6 kids, and London was 1 shot, 1 kill. You know what I mean? Like I knew. I was like, I gotta get a vasectomy, man. I'm gonna have like 9 children. I'm just gonna be a terrible person. And so I can't live.
Philip Rivers sidearming it and shot putting it.
Man, 2 is enough to kill me. I'm not gonna lie to you. 2 is gonna just be the death of me. So
I don't understand. Hats off. Shout out to all single parents too. Like,
oh man,
I don't understand that
I can't imagine
either. You know what I mean? Like, me and my wife are just, and I work from home, and I'm glad I work from home because I get to hear what she's dealing with. Because if I wasn't here, I would be like, what's the big problem?
What's going on?
It's like I hear what's going on with a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old all day long, and it's just like I love that I can just be in my office and not have to deal with it. And like at times I come out and it's just like she taps out. I'm just like, all right, I'll you just take a break, you know, like I don't want you to murder them, and it's like I understand.
By the way, your children every day as a parent, you're like, I can murder them, but I'm a good guy. I'm not even going to yell. I'm just going to process this internally and go, okay.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to murder a lineup right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Bo, do you have screen sharing powers or no?
I wouldn't say so.
When you look down at your screen, it doesn't say share screen.
It does.
So then you can. Then you can. Then
you have the power.
Do you want the power? Do you? Well, that's why I asked. I said, "Do you have?"
I don't want to.
Do you want me to? You want me to pull my screen and load DraftKings up on my computer?
Yeah, because I don't even have it
about loads, Jesse. Stop talking about loads.
Speaking of sperm, I can do a lot of different accents, mate. It's it's fun. It's enjoyable. All right, let me pull up a little. Let me do a little.
Last time I was on, was it last week I was on?
Yeah.
Yep.
We swung and missed pretty bad. No Drew Locks in this lineup.
No. Absolutely.
I think we should go Herbert or we should go Ben Roethlisberger. Those are my 2 different guys.
I would go Taysom too. I would roll the dice. You can get real. Don't you think he's going to get 20 points?
Yeah,
like he's the Drew Lock what we wanted to do last week. But yeah, I like Ben. I like Taysom. I don't know who I like for the third quarter, but I like Herbert. Yeah.
Alex Smith.
No. Voted down.
Voted down. Never. So, but Bo, state your case though. So I think a case can be stated.
He's averaging 43 passes a game. The last two.
Man. Don't do Alex Smith, bro. Not Alex Smith.
Let's pick a
Hey, if Terry McLaurin's going to go off, guess who's going to be chucking the rock to him? Yeah. He had 390 passing yards without a touchdown last week. That's due for some positive touchdown regression.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the candidates. Mike, who are you suggesting? Let's bring them to Temptation Island here. Of picking who we think we should put as our quarterback, because I've shared like just some of the guys I thought off the top of the dome, but I haven't gone down to that value. So Bo, let's build your lineup, and then Mike, let's build your lineup, and let's think about both of them. We'll see them both, and then I'll build mine off of yours.
My second choice would be Deshaun Watson, if that means anything.
Okay, so let's start.
Alex Smith, Terry McLaurin.
Got him. Now, what about Henry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Cash lineup. This is a GPP, am I right?
Sanders?
Okay, there you go.
Mike, what do you think? Who's your run back? Okay.
I love Miles Sanders this week. He's my fourth favorite back. I like the top three big boys, and then of course I like him. He's my fourth.
What about Justin Jefferson here?
I love Jefferson. I also think you should put in a Steelers wide receiver.
I was thinking that too. I just want to put in Jefferson and then another Steelers wide receiver. And we could pick on who we thought it was. We have anybody can be in there. So let's do this. Okay. So you have the
they're all right around the neighborhood, 64, 61.
Yeah, they're only 300 apart.
Yeah, they're all right here. $500 separates them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm on Deontay this week, but I can see the argument for the other two as well.
I like Claypool or Deontay. Let's just put in Deontay because this is your build. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screen grab. And
My build.
Your build. I'm going to put all three together, and then we're going to compare all three. We're going to see which one we like. I'll take screen grabs of all three and put them in a doc. All right, so Bo, who is your tight end this week that you're messing around with?
For this build, we're gonna go Harrison Bryant.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm just gonna go to the Bryant.
Top one there.
Defense. I like to do the defense. Who's you doing for the defense?
I'm doing Washington football team.
Oh, I've heard of them before. They're a good old boy team from the Washington area. That leaves us with 5,600.
I like it.
Let's see what we have. We're starting with DJ Moore. Mike, any thoughts in this? I know it's not your team, but
Tyler Boyd is my guy.
Tyler Boyd, I like it. All right.
I love the build. I didn't realize his price was so low. I haven't even looked at Alex Smith, so I don't hate it. I mean, I just man, when you go low on that quarterback and then
it unlocks everything.
Yeah, it does. But then it's like if they do what Drew Lock did last week. But I'm sure I agree with you. I'm sure Terry McLaurin's going to have at least a touchdown. So Alex Smith is going to have a touchdown, and if he gets you 20 points, then and everybody else hits. Plus, everybody, come on, Harrison Bryant this weekend, dude. I might use him in my build, so I like that.
Oh, I like it. Well, Mike, let's do this now. You're going to rerun it.
All right, I'm rerunning.
We're going to rerun it. I got the picture saved. I got it already up. And then we're going to let you go for it. Who is your QB that you're starting this week?
I'm going to copy Bo's move here because he's pulled out a pretty decent piece here. So I don't want to, come up with just like a little slumming piece. So I'm going to go even lower, and that way I can build just sexiness. Taysom Hill, let's do it.
Oh, you're going even lower. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's
he read the article.
I'm doing it Bo style on this joint.
So by the way, he's not the only one. If you want me to give you the numbers, right now we're pushing our fourth best week ever, and we racked up today 324 views, 230 visitors. Nice. Yesterday was 180, 110. The day before, 116, 84. So total over the last 3 days is 700 and then 420. It's not bad at all.
All right.
Who are you going with for the running back?
Let's go wide receiver first. Put in Claypool. Put in Mike Williams.
Oh, yeah. He's a GPP kind of guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to go defense. I want the Dolphins.
Oh, I like that play a lot.
Yeah. I have them a lot of places.
Yeah. Now, all right, let's put in Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad at all. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Mike Williams only 5,100. That's huge.
I know.
That's evil, right? Evil.
Okay.
You got a lot of money to play with there.
Oh, he's got.
Are you doing Harrison Bryant?
I'm thinking. Let's see here.
Are you going to stack Hill with anybody?
No.
Naked. Purely
naked. He plays every position anyway.
Oh, yeah. Collins, did you hear the numbers? They're astounding.
What?
The numbers of behind the scenes of my tweet.
Oh yeah, I know. I saw you did it. You did it again. You're I guess 2,000 likes. That's
Well, that's the thing. It's okay. 2,000
Yeah.
likes. 70,000 total engagements means that 70,000 people looked at it, and then 50,000 people touched the picture. They opened the whole thing up and looked at it. That's cool. That does go back to the beer snake as one of the best engagement totals and looked at totals. So if you have about a sixth of the people who looked at my tweet, they actually touched it and went in and looked at it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. And it's over 300,000 impressions right now. This is one of my top 5 tweets of all time. Even though it doesn't look like it on the front end, a lot of people have engaged with it, which is pretty cool. I like that. It took 10 minutes. I told Bo. So let's put some more players in here, though, because enough about toots. Fuck that.
All right. Let's do Miles Sanders too.
That's not a bad play at all.
Okay. Now we got. Okay.
You want to go tight end so that you kind of know where you're going to go on either side, or
Terry McLaurin?
It's a great play. You go.
Okay. Now.
Hockenhouse?
That's what I want to do.
What about Goddard?
Logan Thomas?
No, go Hockenson. Let's do it.
Hockenhausen in the Hosen. We still got a lot of money.
4,600.
Yeah.
All right. This is where
You got Sexy Rexy Burkhead as your top guy.
I did mention Burkhead in my article as a GPP play.
He has a DVP play for sure. What do you think about our guy Adrian Peterson, though?
He's
You
got
know who I like?
8-point upside.
Yeah.
I've been throwing this guy into a lot of lineups too. Let's go all the way down to Jalen Reagor, 4,300.
Freaking love it.
Okay.
Love it.
All right, so let's take a screen grab of this bad boy. Hold on.
How much do I have left?
You've got $300 left.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think.
Would you like to do anything with it?
Well, no, because I can't. I wish I could go. Wish I could get Kamara or, but that's fine. I'll just do it like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, I'm going to drop this guy in the little thing I'm making, and then I'm going to make mine because this is the Millie Maker we're looking at right now.
That is a lineup I have already built right there.
Okay,
for sure.
So here's what I'm going to do after this. I'm going to pull all of our players up, and I'm just going to see what the percentage of the ownership is and how we're looking in kind of diversifying our portfolios, if that makes any sense. You know?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so let me clear off all these motherfucking Bamas. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, this portion of the program brought to you by our sponsor, and that is Bo's Hot Box Batch Sauce. If you don't get down with this, you're not one of my homies, basically. That's the truth. This is one of the best sauces ever. I've got my hands on a gold mine over here. If you want to be my friend, just suck up to me. I'll send you one of these. It's not even a lie. Mike knows. I've got a couple given to him. He's bought a little bit. Has you ordered your case yet?
You stocked me up last time, and now I'm almost done. So I'm gonna have to
get the case, man.
I'm gonna finally have to go and order the joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been keeping me in hot sauce for months now.
I know. It's because
it's been lovely.
And I'm a good guy. Bo, tell Mike about my day-to-day status now. What's going on with me in the injury department?
So Scott's going to be on light duty for 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain after he attempted to go recreation time with London today. So, yeah, that's pretty much the story. Is he went out one time to exercise and burn off a little bit of flab, and he must have stepped in a hole or yeah.
What?
He didn't know what it was, but he was like, "Oh yeah, it hurts from the inside of my ankle up my shin," and I was like, "Yep, that's my ankle sprain."
I was like,
"Yeah."
Fuck. So basically, what happened is I wanted to, in my wisdom, show. Because London hasn't pushed herself either for a while. And so she was getting out there. She was pushing it. I said, let's do this. I said, let's go play out in the grass in the middle of the field in the school, right? So you got a lot of plush grass. You may falls down. You're not on the sidewalk. You're not running. She was running on the sidewalk. I was like, let's not run here. Let's run. Let's go run somewhere, right? So we started playing a game, and we got competitive. The game was we had our masks. We had brought our masks. We put them down in the middle. My cell phone was there too. And then one person was guarding the masks or the cell phone. The other person had to try to kind of get there with their foot or their hand or whatever. And so we were just playing. I didn't twist my ankle. At one point, I was just doing lateral movements. I just pushed off real quick, going side to side, showing London the moves and how to. I was kind of like showing like these are some moves you can do to get away from people. And then next thing you know, I was like, I can't walk. I was like, fuck. I was like, goddamn.
This is 40, bro.
We walked back. And I was just like, oh, this is not great. Something's going on. So I was downstairs. I'm not gonna lie to you, Mike. I'm working with this right now. I've got it wrapped up, and my wife's like, keep it elevated. I'm like, I got it elevated. It's fine.
That sucks.
Ice compression elevation.
I've got ice in the freeze back there, but I got a podcast right now, and so.
You got so much important things you got very little money left, sir.
Yeah, good luck building your lineup there with your 7,400 left. I like that.
You might want to pivot off of Thielen for.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of one of your 2 Minnesota Vikings wide receivers.
Yeah, you're not a Bo McBig time that can throw all these guys in the same lineup, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, your Rubik's Cube is
Guys are just a bunch of haters and doubters, man. I don't even know what to say.
Don't you wish sometimes you could just enter that lineup and like leave it blank though? You know, it's so annoying.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I mean I've been paying attention to Bo McBig time. You know, I mean, I have my own guys. Am I like, oh, I'm just like $100 short. God, I was so close. I was so close to the Bo McBig time special. It was going to be the best. All right. So which running back? Now I got to keep all the running backs.
Get rid of Thielen. You can do way better at wide receiver.
Yeah, let's get rid of Thielen. And then I have more money to go. I'm going to go CBs, TDs.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got 4,200. What do you guys think of Marvin Hall with what's going on?
Yeah.
Gallup?
I like Gallup. I mean,
he already shit on my Gallup pick.
You're already doing CeeDee Lamb, so it's kind of a weird build.
He already shit on my.
I did shit on that.
He's not going to play Michael Gallup.
I don't think he's the best play. What about Jakeem Grant or Guyton?
KJ Hamler has 20 targets the last 2 weeks. That's we're putting it out there.
Yeah, but they're from Locke though. That degrades the target, doesn't it?
He's not much better than his backup, so no, it doesn't change anything.
How much is your boy, Mike?
Rager?
42.
Is he 42?
Rager's 43.
No. Oh yeah, it's 43. Damn it.
Greg Ward's only 4,000.
You know you want to switch it out and you could get him if you get rid of CeeDee Lamb? You could get your boy freaking what's his name from New England?
Myers.
Yeah.
Myers is gonna be pretty highly owned though.
Okay. So let's just take a look at these, right? We're not committing to anything. We're just taking pictures.
I can't stop yawning, guys.
Are you gonna make it tonight?
Not much longer.
Oh, I thought you were. I mean, what time is it over there? It's like
it's 10:15, but it's bedtime every other time of the week.
I thought you were staying up all night every time.
Well, yeah.
Okay, but not tonight.
No.
No. Okay, that's a big change.
Oh yeah, from the last couple of weeks for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, hold on. I'm bringing this guy in. All right. So here are the teams. Let's bring him in. We're going to do a vote on who we think is the best.
Duff is dying for a bottle of Hot Box. I think he's trying to kiss up to you, Scott.
Oh, he should. I mean, dude, I'll talk to Duff. He should definitely get one. I think he should. Not. I'm just saying. So here's the teams. Who do we think has the most upside? What team do you think we want to roll with for the mini mega?
I'm so biased. I love my team. I'm over here roster baiting with my feet.
I do love your team as well, sir, but state your case.
Well, me and Bo share 1, 2, 3 players, right? So we're pretty in line. And then we just flipped the coin on the Pittsburgh. So I mean, I like my team better than Bo's team too. So I think my tight end and my defense are going to be the difference there. So
yeah,
we're going to plant our flag on a defensive prediction. Okay.
Hey man,
I like my flex a lot better than yours.
Yeah. I like the flex better too.
My flex is better than all of your flexes. So
that's true.
And I have Kamara and Henry and Jefferson and Myers and Rager. I mean, I've got Mike. I've got one of your guy here.
You're looking at negative points on defense.
Yeah. I hate your lineup's the worst, Simpson. Sorry. It sucks. I would get rid of that. Just
he's got 6 good players and then 3 players that you're like,
yeah, Jordan Atkins, come on, man.
Hey, I would probably take Fells over him.
Yeah. Yep, me too. Yeah.
Fells at least will score a touchdown.
Yeah. So, flip a coin. I agree with Bo's sentiment on the strong flex play with Tyler Boyd. But he has a bad matchup, though. So I'm back on my side.
Does he?
Yeah, doesn't he have
Tyler Boyd lines up in the slot?
Yeah, doesn't he have Kendall Fuller in the slot?
No.
Who's the slot?
Fuller's outside. He's locking down T. Higgins, your boy.
Let's look at Washington's depth chart.
Well, I can save you guys all the trouble because I do this for a living because apparently I'm a professional footballer. And here's what I have for you, gentlemen. I have the DB chart. And so we can look right at it and see where Kendall Fuller will line up and what he will do. And so if you look down here at the
Holcomb
Washington football team, down here, Kendall Fuller's lined up against AJ Green. Ronald Darby is on T. Higgins. But I think, honestly, it would be a lot more like Kendall Fuller is on T. Higgins, and then they don't even cover AJ Green because he's trash.
T-Rash.
So it means Jimmy Moreland is on Tyler Boyd.
Exactly.
I think Tyler Boyd is going to do well.
And his price is insanely low.
Could we do a hybrid of your two teams?
And Jalen Reagor is playing in Cleveland, where the winds might be blowing again.
All right, so here's what I like about both of your teams. You both have Henry and Sanders. I think that's a winning combination right there. And you both have McLaurin. Is there somehow that we could build a combo team between you guys that includes McLaurin, Henry, and Sanders, and then go out from there as a mega build? Not either or, but a combo? Could we be compromising, I guess?
What could we do?
It sounds not compromisable, is what it sounds almost.
Was there somebody in between those two that we?
No, it does. It really is. It comes down to the tight end. I mean, it's like,
Hockenhausen has the best opportunity for sure.
I mean, I spent $1,700 more there, so I mean, it's hard to kind of
that on wide receiver.
Right. So I'm hoping Hockenhaus gets himself a TD. If he doesn't, this lineup probably loses to Bose.
So here's a question. Hold on one second. I'm thinking inside the box here a little bit, but let's say we get rid of Cousins, we get rid of Reagor. These are my guys, so get rid of my trash lineup here.
So trash.
Trash, yes, the trash.
Snowflakes Anonymous. Captain Snowflake building more snowflakes. Bringing
the snowflakes to a party near you.
That's his new nickname, by the way. It's Captain Snowflake.
It's just making me so tilting. So here we have, these are the three main guys that you want to build with, right? So, Collins, if you're going to live on the Hockenhausen build, put him in there, right? And then defensive wise, Bo, you want to pay down a little bit for the Washington football team.
Mike, I love the Dolphins too. So
you want to go Dolphins in this build, and that way you have a common ground. Okay.
Yep. I'm all for that.
So now you have 3 openings and a quarterback, and you got enough money to do what you need to do. So let's talk about quarterbacks, and let's talk about where you want to put, because you're either going to stack McLaurin or you're going to put a player in here that's going to dictate the other player here. So I think it's important to really understand what you're going to endeavor upon. I'm just here to facilitate. So,
I mean, what do you think of Taysom, Bo? I mean, don't you think it's comparable to Smith? I mean,
Yeah,
they're both going to be 20-point guys, and then you have more money.
Right. I still like stacking Taysom if I'm going to use him.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason. Let's see. Dolphins.
He's just such a rusher, though. It's like, who do you
Right.
want to stack him with?
I like stacking it with Kamara, but
Yeah. That's the one.
because that ground and pound attack, I could totally see that happening where they just keep the Falcons off the field the whole game and just run it down their throats.
Right.
So, I'm not against Taysom Hill.
I've heard a narrative. I want to totally go completely different. I've heard a narrative that Kamara's a little banged up this week, just coming off of a lot of touches, and that Murray is going to get a lot more touches than we think. And it's not. And so here's the thing: if that is the case, and I'm not saying it is, but I read that today from somebody who was reputable on Twitter. They're not a clicking bait trying to mess with you. If that's the case, let's see what Murray is at right now, because
4,000.
There's
59. No way.
That's really priced up. Yeah, that's not good at all. Okay, no, it's not worth the pivot. If he was down at 4K or 4,500, then I can see it. Okay, I'm not doing that at all. That's not good. Okay, never mind. Just a thought outside the box. But you guys still have Taysom. You want to put him with Callaway, or do you want to put him with Smith? Or what are you guys thinking?
I say don't see.
Leave him naked.
Whenever you're building a quarterback, you always want to stack them. I mean, that's part of the fun of GPP. But Taysom is just not a guy you need to stack because he's gonna rush the ball so much.
Yeah. I would say stack him with Kamara or nobody.
Yeah.
What about this? What about that?
Sexy. I know me and Bo both approve of that.
What about that? Is that okay? I put a little
common ground.
Samuel in there. Okay. Because that still gives you guys 1,101 to mess around on both of these positions, which, if you wanted to, Bo, and you
could do Justin Jefferson and Mike Williams with those last two picks.
Let's see. That'd be crazy. Hold on.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Right on the money.
Yeah, send me that. I want to
right on
build
the
that
money.
one.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I
take a picture and send me that joint.
I will. I might play this in my $100 lineup tomorrow. This lineup just looks really strong.
Strong to quite strong.
Oh, it is. So, Mike, hold on. I'll email you this off camera.
DM me, buddy.
Slide
in there.
Slide in.
Did I copy and paste that bitch? I did. Hold on.
I heard the little sound. All right, let's see how we wrap it up.
Yeah, no, I sent that
bow on it.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do right now? Yeah, I'm gonna put a bow on it. I just sent that to you, Mike. I'm gonna enter this bad boy, and let's go over. It's Taysom Hill, Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders, Terry Warren, Curtis Samuel, Justin Jefferson, Hawkinson, Mike Williams, Dolphins D. Enter that really maker. If we win, we split it two ways. You guys, and there you go. All right. Take a picture for that. That's a good lineup. Yeah, put that somewhere.
Sexy.
Well, I appreciate you guys being on the Fast.Hard Finish tonight. Bo, any last words as we jet out of here?
Nope. Go buy some hot sauce on hotboxbatch.com. Click on all of our Twitters and read our stuff.
Yeah.
You can do your thing, people.
Yeah, please check us out. NimbleWNumbers.com, at the Ralph Macho Mike on Twitter, at NimbleWNumbers, at Bo_McBigTime, at hotboxbatch.com. Get that shit. Let's go. Week number 11 is on. It is in like 12 minutes. We'll see you guys on the gridiron. Peace.